5 new vibe coding tips from the vibe coding final boss. One of these wasn't even technically possible a month ago. The space is evolving rapidly. Good job on you for following my social media page because you're getting this early preview. I'll be writing up a blog article following this, but you get this early sneak peek because you follow me over here. By the way, the basics are in blog article 24 at latterly.io. Those are the established practices. Here I'm just covering the new stuff. Before I dive into my 5, I'll also give a shout out to Y Combinator. One of the new things they put out, how to get the most out of vibe coding. I think it's about half good, half trash, but 20 minutes, if half of it's good, that means there's a lot of value added content. So I will be doing these 5 tips and the content of that video in my new blog article. Stay tuned for that. On to the new 5, and I won't bury the lead here, the one that wasn't even technically possible. If you are working with a team, you should be considering lovable multiplayer. This will more than double your overall productivity if you can get in a groove, if it works for your team. Full stack developers, next tip is for you. If you're making a full stack change, have your agent craft the UI first. Craft the UI, tweak it, get it right. Then you can do your service layer and do the database last so that you're minimizing remigration. This has been a super pain point working with these language models is they will bias to updating the schema first. And that will cause database level churn, which can be really painful. Tip 3, higher level and works for any task and any stakeholder. How should we be using these language models at all? Use a sandwich model. The bread is like you, the human, and then the stuff in the middle, you're letting the AI kind of run free and do whatever it wants. So we start with firm human crafted guidance, and then we end with hard gates. And because we have these quality assurance on either side, we can actually leverage the language model to go through many rapid cycles in the middle. This is in contrast to a hand-holding model where you are carefully vetting every change that the language model does. That is not going to be a good way to leverage the AI. That's not going to be a good way to vibe code. And it's reducing your efficiency as a human. It's causing you more effort. Okay, so put the hard guardrails on either side and let it cut loose in the middle. Tip 4, discriminate between trivial and non-trivial changes. And thinking about the sandwich model, the upfront, how do we contextualize it? If you were doing a non-trivial change, it's worth doing a design doc, even a mini design doc, or just having a rubber duck conversation with ChatGPT or a language model outside of your IDE to get a basic design going and have that be your initial message to the agent who's actually going to do the code, like your cursor or your windsurf or whatever. So only do that for like serious changes. You don't need to do that for trivial changes. In either case, make sure that your initial context is allowing the agent to understand like what the shape of your code base is, like folder structure and stuff like that. So even for trivial changes, I do have, and you can look in the Laterally repo, it's all open source and stuff. I have these generic like AI instructions. So I would use AI instructions for everything. But if it's a non-trivial change, we're talking multiple files, maybe a whole new feature. If you have domain-based folder structure, maybe this is like a whole new domain. In those non-trivial cases, maybe you're integrating a whole new data service provider. It's worth doing a design doc in those cases. Oh yeah, my bad. The 5th tip was going to be just go watch this thing. So we've actually already covered all 5. Follow for more.